Hi, I'm Jason Busch. I'm the founder of Spend Matters and its parent company, Azul Partners. My big idea for procurement actually goes back to the automotive industry and not automotive sourcing practices, but thinking through a metaphor around transmissions. Those who've grown up with manual transmissions in the past 20 or 30 years benefited from a huge advancement in the 1950s with synchromesh gears, which basically makes shifting on a clutch that much easier because the gears are synchronized to really dumb it down. Before that, shifting was a bit of a bear. But I think where procurement is today in most organizations is not using a manual transmission, but really a pretty bad 1980s General Motors or Ford transmission. But if anybody's had a chance to drive some of these new automatics, especially the Porsche PDK automatic, you will be converted even if you like manual transmissions. It picks the ideal gear, it's absolutely efficient, and it learns as you go. And even though I've not converted yet, I still drive older cars, it's truly remarkable. And I think where procurement needs to go, and my big idea, is that we need to move from this clunky 3 or 4-speed automatic transmission, which doesn't know which gear to be in, to this modern automatic, which shifts for the business. It's there where the business needs to be. It anticipates, it forecasts, it learns, and it knows. My big idea would go back to a few areas. I would say commodity management is one. So organizations which really understand risk from a commodity standpoint. Maybe they engage in direct hedging, maybe they do not, but they negotiate longer-term contracts with suppliers because of volatility. I think that's absolutely one. I think organizations beginning to think about labor more strategically and balance of contingent labor, professional services in a statement of work basis, or internal labor to deliver outcomes. We've seen some examples there. I think another is really about where sourcing meets supply chain network design. So truly designing the optimal supply chain. Who should buy raw materials? Who should add value at what stages? Who should hold inventory? It's really the combination of those things where procurement is that perfect transmission. It shows the right gear to be in, and the business doesn't have to worry about it. I think talent is an absolute huge piece of it. At the Procurious event here today, there are a bunch of people from Hackett who puts out just a great set of benchmarks around efficiency and effectiveness of procurement. One of the metrics I often refer to in talks, which they really pioneered, is looking at how much procurement organizations pay for talent between top performers and middle tier and bottom performers. And what you see is top performers pay considerably more for talent. And that makes sense on many different levels. But I don't think you're going to take a typical procurement organization today and have them serve up that amazing transmission. I think it takes a specialized skill set. And it's not just a question of pedigree. It's not that we are an organization and we recruit from a certain place or certain university, but it's finding the right core skill sets. Google doesn't even look at university degrees typically when they recruit anymore. It's looking for particular skills and how people work together. Procurement needs to get there. There's going to be some steps along the way, but I think talent is the huge gap.